My mother's parents are from Tully, so directly after Cyclone Larry in 2006 and Cyclone Marcia in 2011, the whole family went up there as soon as the roads were open and helped out a lot of family, friends and relatives from the area in their cleanup. So in that experience, we learnt a lot of things about the immediate aftermath of cyclones. You're always looking at stuff. What sheds blew down, why, what trees do better than other trees, how some crops stood up compared to others, that sort of thing. That's the one major shed of ours that blew away. It was also one of the oldest ones on the farm. It was built out of cob and co wire and hardwood cross posts and, proper bush type of shed. Didn't do so well. One of the things we noticed after visiting our relatives after 2 cyclones was one brand of shed. I'm not here to plug them, I'm really not, but we bought one because none of them blew away. Most other companies lost numerous sheds. These guys didn't lose any. And you could probably work it out for yourself, but we needed a shed. We normally build our own, but we bought one, and since then we've been copying a lot of things out of it. Just to the west of us, we're in the hills a little bit, and we didn't cop the eye, but we certainly got plenty of stiff breeze. Just to the west of us are a few pineapple farms, and they're really on the plains. They were closer to the eye, and the rule of thumb out there was anything built out of top hats didn't stand up. If it was Zeds and bolts, they're fine. A lot of our farm sheds are built out of top hats, and we've done a few things which I'll show you that I credit with saving a lot of those sheds. This is inside the kit shed. See, they've got these special little tie-down things that stop the seas from rolling. That I thought was brilliant, so we did that in our other sheds, other kit sheds that hadn't, come with them. They used rod instead of strap for the bracing, which is a lot stronger as well, and bolts instead of screws. Most of the others just use a bunch of tech screws on the joins and stuff like that. That's one that we knocked up ourselves, and can you see the little straps we put over the top of the top hats to stop them lifting? Because that's the main problem with top hat sheds, is all the frame stays except for the top hats, and you get a lovely square roof lying upside down in the paddock somewhere. So by putting these little straps over the top, you get the shear strength in the screws rather than just 4 screws in the top holding down. Because if you think about it, there's 20 or 30 roofing screws, and then 2 or 4, and it's the weakest link scenario. In one of our older kit sheds, which was pretty flimsy, we changed brackets in the walls to plate and bolts instead of just tin and tech screws. That's the same shed, and it very, very nearly blew away. So we did the awning ourselves years and years ago, but the middle 2 posts were lifting up and down in the gusts by about 1 metre, and the ends stayed down because we put some chain X bracing on the ends. That's the only reason that awning didn't fly off. And given that it was still bolted to the rest of the shed, and the rest of the shed was pretty weakly built, it probably would have lost the whole shed. And that's where all our tractors and machinery were. So we're very, very grateful it hung around. That's looking inside straight after. It's a bit hard to see today, but you could sort of see little bits of light around the screws, and that's because all those Zeds were tortured terribly by being turned into triangles and then back straight again, over and over again, tearing screws through tin. And back inside the kit shed as well, all the top hats, 2 little tiny tech screws holding them down to the seas, and they all popped. The only thing that held them on was the walls screwed to the ends. So the middles were lifting up and down, but the walls held it. It was so very close to disappearing. Woven truss, I actually saw quite a few sheds coming in here built out of woven truss, and I think it's a brilliant option if you have the ability. It's strong and it's light. I-beams are good too, but God, they're dear. That's inside, completed. I was actually only took that photo yesterday. We're just putting the roof over dong. I just wanted to show you a few different types of bracing, because that really is quite important. You got the full X and gussets, which can help increase the overall span of the sea bearer. Gussets aren't perfect though, because you've still got the flex in the post below. So unless you've got huge, great big posts that won't flex, they're not the end of the story.